Good day, fellow Glakitus. Today we have a new G17 Gen 4 Austrian Glock. But today we will feature the FDE frame, the flat dark earth frame. It's a bit of a brown colored frame. See what's inside. Oh, look at that. Some of the limited series here in our country. So some are in Audi green frame, some in desert tan. But right here in your front is an FDE frame G17 Gen 4 Austrian Glock. So let's perform the safety check first. No chamber load. Magazines are empty. Flat base. Some of the orange duck comes with the unit and the back straps also in FDE. Two beaver tail back straps and back strap only. Sizes are large and medium. And it always comes with the product manual. This is a newly purchased unit, so you must have the permit to transport. Okay, so this is a newly purchased unit. You must have that permit to transport for the firearm, and if you have some ammunition, 50 rounds maximum, and the withdrawal of firearms. So this is important. Bring this with you on your range bag, on your car, glove compartment, and also here on your gun case. So it comes with the flat base pads, 17 rounder magazine with flat base pads. But here in the package, it seems that this is a USA series magazine, because some magazines are stamped Austria. It doesn't matter, it also performs the same. But some of the purist collectors of Austrian Glocks, it matters. So if you purchase here in our country, you receive this type of magazine, the US black follower, not the orange one. Orange ones are for the Gen 5. Okay, let's see. As per history is concerned, and all the collectors of Austrian Glocks, this one is a Gen 4 because it has a finger group. Okay. This slide was processed in a 10-for treatment. So the difference between the Austrian Glocks are more resistant to rust because of the process done for it. The difference between the US Glocks way back 2013, 2012, my G22, they are parkerized, some a bit of a blue coating. This is not a finish. I think this is a metal treatment. That's what makes it a superb everyday carry gun, because it won't gain some heavy scratches using your polymer inside waistband
Holster.
kydex material
Holster.
like this one. So this is a polymer, so you won't worry inserting this. As you hear it, it scratches. If you carry it daily, on my Gen 4s, there are scratches here because it is the first to hit the slide when you insert it, when you holster it. If you want this type of holster, it is available in Black Hub Pilipinas, FB page www.facebook.com/blackhubpilipinas. Very slim, very light. While on the Gen 5, the slide, they call it the NDLC finish, somewhat of a diamond-like carbon finish. They claim that it will be as hard as a diamond finish compared to the Gen 4, because there are so much issues about the Gen 4 slide that it is easier to rust and prone to scratches. And it's true, I experienced it. My G22, the top of the slide, there's like some bubbles, exploded bubbles here, especially when you're acidic. So the first thing that it will be attacked is your serrations, especially when you play or do some practical shooting, recreational shoot, and you use some grip and powder grip enhancers like the Pro Grips, and you forgot to clean it after you shoot. It takes around a week, 2 or 3, or a month or 2 months. You don't clean it, it will stay here on the serrations between those lines, and the rust will accommodate on those engraved lines, and some on top of the slide. On this generation, the Gen 4 Austrian, it's said to be a Tenefer. So as you see, it's like a grayish color. Let's compare it for the meantime with the Gen 5 black, the MOS series, the one called with the NDLC finish slide. See the colors, it's more black, okay? It's like a grayish. Let me clear this up. This is a treatment and this is a finish. Some owners claim in the US that this is not only a treatment, it has a black oxide finish, a slight black oxide finish. So when there is a scratch, you'll see that it turns into a lighter color of a gray, as they said on the forums, but I have not experienced that or seen it. But in short, the Gen 5, this one is a Gen 5 G17, has a better coating compared to the Gen 4. But I have not tested this yet in the range. The torture test, shooting it and have some scratches or holstering it on a kydex, I have not tried that because I don't holster this. I have another carry Glock and a smaller micro carry gun, revolver. So let's go back and let me show you another Glock just to compare the frame, the color of the frame. Here's a G19X, my G19X. Let's perform a safety check. Yes, check. Okay. So this one is a Desert Tan frame, so you can compare it. like on my left hand it's like a khaki, on my right, so FDE flat dark earth, a darker brown, and it's a brown. This one is a Gen 5 G19X. So what will you do with your G17 Austrian? Some leave it stock because they have many pistols to use. They just collect it. In the future, they sell it. It has a better resale value than the Gen 4s, Gen 3, and the Gen 5 that are USA variant. So the Austrian is more expensive here in our country compared to the USA models. And it's the business is all about supply and demand. Less demand, the higher the price. More demand, the lower the price. But in history, the Austrians really is a collector's item. Okay? Collect Austrians and you could sell it on a break even if you use it. Some scratches, the depreciation is around 10,000 most. So if you leave it original and you want to sell it in the future, you can do that. Break even or be profitable. So this is a Gen 4. It has a 3-pin frame, 3-pin system. All are non-extended. The magazine release, the slide stop release, the slide lock, and it has an ambidextrous magazine release, so you can put this side on left side for left-handed shooters. Okay. It comes with the standard sights, polymer sights. Okay, better than the luminescent sights. That sights really sucks. So when I bought my first Glock way back 2013, I got the luminescent sights, the one that glows in the dark, as they have said, but you need to throw some light on it about 30 seconds and then it will glow. Without that flashlight, it won't glow, especially when you carry it inside your bag. It doesn't accommodate light and you pull it out in the night, can't see anything on that type of luminescent sight. Better buy this standard sight because that package would be expensive compared to the standard ones. Some comes with the tritium sights. It's also a good deal. So this is a Gen 4. Some of my USA Glocks is quite a heavy pull. Claims to be a 5.5 pounds trigger pull. So let's try to measure it with the trigger pull weight. We have here a manual trigger pull weight. So let's set it to 0. You want this tool gauge, manual trigger pull gauge. Can have it at Black Hub Philippines. Let's try on this position. Okay, this is the first try. Registers 5.5 pounds. So it is true. Let's try another one. Second time to get the average, because sometimes it differs. Let's get the average. See? 6.5. Third try. 5.8. So stock trigger pull weight ranges from 5.5 to 6.5. So the median is 5.8. So it's true that the Gen 4 Glocks have more heavier trigger pull weight compared to the Gen 5. Let's see 19X stock trigger pull weight. It's only 4.5. So therefore, you have to change some trigger connector and spring kits on this Gen 4, either Austrian or USA. So that's the reality. Later I'll show you on this pistol the trigger connector and spring kits. Let's see what will happen or the improvements, if it will be a lighter trigger pull or it will retain on its original, because this kit is meant to do its job for your pistol to have a lighter trigger pull. So let's go back again with the pistol. So we try to disassemble it, basic disassembly. Make sure there's no ammo. Slightly squeeze the trigger. Okay. Pull the slide. And then, as you see it, for about 3 millimeters. And the barrel dips below the slide. Then pull down the slide lock. And push the slide away from the frame. Okay. This comes with a dual recoil system because it's the Gen 4, same as the Gen 5, but the Gen 5 has the longer recoil system length. Recoil rod length, I mean. Too much oil. Okay. The oil is oozing from the frame. This is a bad practice. This is not a 1911. It's like baiting on oil. No need to do that on your Glocks. There are only few locations to oil your Glocks. On your barrel top here. Okay. And here also. So let's put back. The barrel has a polygonal purfling. If you can see it. Barrel length is around 4.5 inches. Let's put it back. The frame, inside and out, is a flat dark earth. So don't wonder that if you are new to the Austrians and this type of frame, that it is only an outside coating or painted outside. No. The frame says and embossed made in Austria. It has a US patent. Okay. It has a checkering and finger grooves, same as the US Glocks. Performance will be the same for both makers, the Austrian and the USA Glock. There's no difference. The slide treatment and the slide coating on Gen 4. So let's return the slide. Insert those railings. harder to rock because it's only a 17, I think 16 to 18 pounds slide. So what will be your first upgrade, performance upgrade for your Glock? I recommend you to change your recoil system into a stainless, with a stainless recoil guide rod and a lighter recoil spring. You have here the Matak Innovations recoil reduction system for Gen 4. Comes with a stainless steel guide rod, high quality 316 steel, also the adapter ring bushing, and this one has a 11 pounds on it for competition, but not ideal for carry the 11 pounds. You should opt for the 12 pounds. I'll explain it to you. Okay? Because this allows you to shoot reloads, practice loads, or competition load, because it has lighter powder load. So the tendency of using this original recoil spring with your reloads, competition load or practice load, as you shoot, the slide will not fully cycle on that position, so only that position, and it returns back quickly because of the dual system. So the tendency that the shells will not come out, will stay inside the barrel, or it will jam here the middle, the ejection port, and some will come out, but the edge of the shells are crooked already. So this is the one of the basic upgrade you can use, so you can enjoy the recreational shooting with your friends as well as with your training buddies. It also lessens the recoil as you shoot. Okay? So you don't need to overgrip. It is more manageable using this one. It's very hard to rock. So let's try installing it. You could see how it is positioned. So let's remove the slide. So insert the adapter ring or the adapter bushing in that area, that position. So one way in, you cannot put it on the using the other side of the adapter. So let's try to insert it there. Okay, as you see, it's like a ladder. The barrel lugs, so this is not the right position, so you should go down one step lower as it touches the barrel, the lowest barrel lug. I hope you can see it there. So I'll adjust it lower. Okay, so there, that's the right position. Okay. This is a single recoil spring, easier to maintain. So let's try inserting it. Oh, easier to rock. But make use of that metal to metal sound. It's normal, a bit noisy than the usual rock. Easier rocking. So as I have said, the problem with the 11-pound spring for carry, that's why it is not dependable. When you press your trigger, there's a time that the slide also moves backward. This one is a new 11-pound spring. As you shoot couple of rounds, hundreds of rounds, the slide will move backwards as you intend to pull the trigger halfway before engaging. There's a movement, slight movement of the slide.
A few moments later.
Because the slide moves backward as you slightly press the trigger without engaging it in 45 degrees, the tendency is a jam, especially when you intend to do double taps. If you have a fully loaded magazine and there's a chamber load inside, you insert the magazine and then try a double tap, a quick double tap. Sometimes only the first ammo will be engaged and the second one will jam because the slide will be on this position. It will not go into a full home battery position. You need to aid a push on using your left thumb. You can't do that. You have no option but to rack your slide so that the jam ammo will go out. So use the 12 pounds, stronger recoil when you carry, so you will not experience those type of jams. This is intended only for competition. Because during competitions and recreational shoot, we shoot down range. The angle of the slide mostly is parallel to the ground or pointing a bit low, and we don't shoot more than 45 degrees in the range because ammos will go outside the range beyond the limit of the barricades, so that's unsafe. And the next upgrade for Gen 4, essential upgrade for competition, is the trigger connector and spring kits. Okay, we try to install the lighter trigger connector and spring kits, so let's try and scale, measure using the trigger pull gauge later. Okay, we'll install it now. So I hope you watch carefully.
A few moments later.
Now let's pull out the slide, disassemble our Glock. Do this fast. Okay, let's push the pins out from the frame. This one, the bigger pin. So there's a technique pushing this out. So play a bit with the slide stop release lever as you push it out. Okay. Put the parts here. Like that. So also remove the polymer trigger housing pin. Okay. Let's pull out the trigger system, the trigger mechanism, trigger housing, trigger with trigger bar. This one, the trigger housing has an ejector also, along with the connector. To grab this at Black Hub Pilipinas, this upgrade essential. It comes with 4 different parts: the lightened trigger connector, the firing pin safety plunger spring, also lightened, and the trigger spring, like an S, both hooks on top and below. So later, you'll maintain that S form as you install it on your trigger housing, so that your trigger pull will not burst, or you feel like it's an full auto. It bursts bullets on a single pull around 2 to 3 to 4 rounds intermittently, not that continuous, so let's pull out. So as you see, I positioned the trigger pointing east on your right, so you could see the S. Our consideration of installation here, to be careful, is the trigger spring. So you can remove this trigger bar. It is hooked on this hole, that hole. Okay, so as you see, it forms an S. Put on that position, it forms a number 2, because the lower part, see, forms an S, forms an S. It is on this reverse position. It would be some sort of a 2. Okay, oh, maintain that S. So separate the original parts from your aftermarket parts. Okay, put it there. So this is the trigger connector, the stock trigger connector. As you seen earlier, it weighs an approximate it weighs approximately 5.5 pounds up to 6.5 on stock, brand new condition. So let's try to remove the trigger connector. Insert your block tool here, so it pushes out the connector. And let's place the trigger connector, the new lightened trigger connector. Insert it that way. So you'll hook first the trigger spring there on this position. Okay, make sure it's an S position, the ejector pointing right, eastward. Okay, some old blocks or old ejectors, when you use it in practical shooting, this particular area is subject for wear and tear, because as you shoot it rubs also, there's a friction, there's a movement left and right. Some worn out trigger housing tend to burst fire. Even your trigger spring is in S position, it still bursts. You have to replace this trigger housing because this one gets thinner, this area gets thinner where the spring is hooked, and it plays left and right, and sometimes this hole also gets bigger, so it plays a lot. So your pistol malfunctions, your shooting malfunction, goes in a burst fire mode sometimes intermittently. So replace this is very cheap. So we'll install now the lightened trigger spring. Okay, let's hook it there. There, it snaps. So again, be careful with this. So we are already on an S position. See that? Let's install trigger bar. Let's shoot that hook on that hole. See, let's shoot that inside there. And I think I'm better without lights, shooting on holes. And let's put it back on that area. So make sure that the trigger bar overlaps the trigger connector. Okay, we don't do it in opposite, that the trigger connector is on top of this now. So there. So let's try to put it back inside. The remaining parts to be installed are the safety plunger spring and the firing pin spring. Okay, so let's put back the trigger mechanism, the trigger system, and then insert first the locking block pin. Where is the locking block pin? Okay, this one is the locking block pin, the thinner pin, and this one is the trigger pin, the thicker pin, the one with two grooves. This one has none. So let's put it inside, install it again. This one first, and not the trigger housing pin. Okay, because after that you will install the slide stop release lever. The lift spring must go under the it must go under the locking block pin. You see it? There. So put it inside and make sure it's below the locking block pin. I hope you can see it, but the lip spring must be below it. Okay, so you're seeing a hole right now, so try to align it using your using your disassembly tool. Okay, it's quite clear. And now insert your trigger pin. You can also insert it on the other side. So I want it here. So let's insert it and play. Oh, okay. Sorry for that. Let's insert it there and play with the, slightly move this up and down so that the pin will come inside. So like this, okay, using my fingers only. Okay, so let's position it well there. So now, after installing that trigger connector and trigger spring, we'll try to remove the internals of the slide. First, the vehicle assembly, vehicle system, the barrel, and then place your tool, block punch tool, there between this firing pin tail, and as you see, there's a polymer firing pin spacer sleeve part, black polymer part there. You see it. There. You'll insert this between those parts and you press it down like that. Okay. When you press it down, okay, zoom out. You push the slide downwards. Grab it, push it down. I should press there. It's very hard to remove because the stock firing pin spring is 6 pounds. It pushes the firing pin sleeves towards the back plate. So let's try to pull this out. The firing pin assembly, let's try to pull this out. The extractor depressor plunger with spring loaded bearing, the black one. This is color coded. For 9mm it is black, white for 40 caliber, and brown for 45 caliber. So let's remove also the extractor by pressing down the firing pin safety plunger spring. So push it downwards. The extractor will fall out. So push that. So there you are, extractor. Okay. So right now we will replace the firing pin safety plunger spring. Pull it out. So we get this first. And as you see, the lightened firing pin safety plunger spring on the left side, and on the right side is the original firing pin safety plunger. The lighter ones on the left, lesser coil. So we try to install it here and snap it inside to feel that there will be a snapping spring inside. Yeah. So hold the spring down. If it is sturdy enough and it holds the spring well, you can install it. If it is not installed properly, the extractor will fall out. So let's return the extractor. So let's return the extractor. Insert this plunger spring and plunger inside that hole. Push down and slightly push in the extractor. You'll feel it holds the extractor as it push in. So to check it won't fall. Okay. So right now we will uninstall the firing pin assembly. So this is some of one of the challenging disassembly because those spring caps are very delicate. It will fly out if you don't hold it properly. So one of the essential upgrades with your Glock are the maritime spring caps, also available in Glock Hub Philippines. This enables you to shoot in the toughest weather conditions, especially in wet conditions, rain, mud, sand, even underwater, under the swimming pool, beach, swamps. Just rock it, shoot, rock, shoot. When it jumps, just rock it. This enables you to shoot in the worst conditions. This is a very essential upgrade. This is what inside the Mariner series Glock, also made in Austria, especially the G17, the Mariner Gen 3. What makes it Mariner is this. You'll see that there are some grooves. You see that there are some grooves on the spring cups, around the spring cups, like that. See the regular shape compared to the original. Oh, told you, be careful with it. Here's the original stock OEM there, and this one is the upgraded Mariner spring caps. It allows the dirt, the water to flow in and out the firing pin funnel, so the firing pin won't stuck up, continues to fire. So we'll remove this using the back of your slide. Insert the firing pin spacer sleeve on the firing pin funnel, like that. Pull down the springs, hold it tight. Okay, hold it tight, and then remove the spring caps right there. Now we will install the 2-pound firing pin spring with the maritime spring caps. So installing it. I think I can hold it longer. There you go. It snaps. The Mariner or the maritime spring caps, available at Glock Hub Philippines, FB page Glock Hub Pilipinas. See that? So let's try to install it back. The extractor and the firing pin safety plunger. installed already. Inside it is the lightened firing pin safety spring, your upgrade, and then a 2 pounds lightened firing pin spring. Insert it. Okay. Insert this assembly. And the extractor depressor plunger. Later, you will easily remove the back plate because the spring is softer, lighter. Okay. So let's install it back. So press down this firing pin sleeve as you slide in the back plate, and then push down the firing pin safety plunger spring as you slide it back. Make sure there's no gap here. Set aside this one, and then let's bring back the barrel, the matte recoil reduction spring. Oops. Slipped. Okay. Let's put back the slide. Let's try to test. Let's try to test using the trigger pull gauge, the weight of the trigger pull. Inside installed were the trigger connector, the lightened trigger connector, trigger spring, plunger spring, firing pin spring. Okay. Let's see what we got. So we have a 3.5 pound trigger pull. First try. So let's try again. Another one. Another try. Consistent 3.5. As you shoot 1,000 of rounds in this, it will get lighter and lighter. Third attempt. Still 3.5 pounds. Put into consideration that the firing pin spring installed was the 2 pounds included in the kit. That is not compatible with the firing pin with the original black firing pin because it weighs around 3 grams. So it is not proportional to the 2 pounds firing pin spring. It must be around 4 pounds, 5 pounds only. So you won't experience misfires during competition, especially on double taps and rapid firing. So we will install back the original firing pin spring. Let's see what we will get from the manual trigger pull gauge that we have. That will eliminate the misfire. So the 2 pounds firing pin springs matches the competition titanium firing pins in the market because it is lighter. It weighs around 2 grams to 3 grams only compared to the original firing pin that we have on stock, the OEM firing pin. So let's see. Install back. Try to pull out this. Return the original. There you go, it's inside. Let's put it back. There you go. Let's try to measure. Let's try to measure again the trigger pull weight without the 2 pounds firing pin spring, the lightened ones on the package. Okay, put it in here on your abs. Put it on your abs for more stability. Try to test it. Trigger full weight. Okay. First try. What can you give us? .8 pounds. Let's try again. 4.6. Let's try again what it can give us. 4.8. So
4.6 to 4.8
pounds without the 2 pounds firing pin spring. So sooner it will get softer and lighter, fall down up to 4.0 for 3.8, 3.5. Can recommend you to upgrade also with skeletonized firing pin by Matak Innovations with 4 pounds firing pin spring. That's an option. Some of us new owners of Glock consider the problem of this open cavity. So the solution to this is to buy a grip plug. You're not comfortable with that hole. By the way, you can have this Glock parts upgrade at Glock Hub Pilipinas Facebook page. This one. So the groove here enables you to use your back straps here included in the package, the Weaver tail back straps. So you just insert it there, push it in. If you want to remove it, just push that head on that hole and it will come out. There. This one suits the Gen 4 and Gen 5, because the Gen 3 not have this groove, this cut. Okay. You can try to install also one of the essential grades for carry, because this is not allowed for production division. Your 9mm Glock is considered to play with the production division only. You can also play with standard minor division, but usually it's the production division. This one is not allowed, but for carry this is very essential for additional stability on your grip. This is also available, this aluminum slim magwell, lightweight, also available at Glock Hub Pilipinas. Search their FB page, scroll down and you'll see everything about Glocks. So install it right there. Just screw the tighten properly. Do not over tighten this, because it will squeeze in the frame, and the result of that, you cannot easily release your magazines. Let's try. Flat base will do. Good thing about the Glock Hub magwells, the flat base will be smoothly inserted and pull out. Okay, just press it, so it comes out. Even the +2 capacity rounds, so it fits. Another upgrade that you can consider for carry is the additional +4/+5 aluminum base pads. So you just install it here, remove the base pad and the base pad insert, and then slide in this one. Should pull out this, slide out this plate, then you can easily insert it. Okay, it adds around 5 to 6 ammos, so around 22 to 23 rounds, but use only at least load only at least 22, so that the ammos have the spring has a play to prevent jams on your barrel ramp. I hope you are interested buying your new pistol and consider this Austrian made Glocks, and you can also try the USA version. So those are the performance upgrade and some essential upgrades. There are more upgrades for your Glock, especially about the physical appearance. You can have backplates with design. You can have also the tactical lights, like the all-light, like this one, the PL Mini 2 Valkyrie light. It is USB charge and 600 max lumens. The light throw is around 100 meters. So this is a toggle down, toggle up button, so you will not accidentally press it when it is holstered. It's only toggle up, toggle down button, like that. And it's a quick release attach detach system. Let's try it on our, oh, there's a rail. Oh, it comes with an adjustable rail on your preference distance from the trigger guard. Okay, so you can custom reach. Let's have it installed. Toggle down, switch on, press hold, it will intermittently goes on and off. Press once, quick pressing it will switch on the light. Press holding it will leave the light on. Press holding it will give you a momentary light switch on and switch off. Pressing it quick once will give you a steady light. Nice upgrade. Carry anytime, you can remove it if you don't want it there, but you should have an holster. You should customize an holster for it, because the holster, some holsters will not fit this, okay, the conventional holsters. So if you want to customize holsters, if you want a customized holster for this, you can contact Black Hub Philippines 0908-811-9122, or visit their FB page www.facebook.com/blackhubphilipinas or Black Hub Philippines, and surely they will come out with the proper mold for you. 5 to 7 days customization. Fits well, looks well. And you can also try the laser with light, the all light bar door. So nice size, so compact size. So it will also fit the G19, G23, G22, Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5, all blocks with frame rails. Let's remove this. Let's try fitting the Baldor green laser. That's my green laser. This one, the Baldor green laser. It's indicated it's green. It's also available in red. Just call 0908-811-9122 and state your purpose of calling and your orders. Pressing it once, green light. So there's a switch here underneath the device. This one is for the flashlight and laser, and this one is too bright. This one is for the light only. Toggle it left on the leftmost, lights only. Toggle it in the middle, laser and light, and on the rightmost is the laser, green laser. Pressing it twice will give you a strobe mode. which is not available on this model, the PL Mini Valkyrie 2. This only has a steady mode and a momentary mode. This one has a strobe. It protrudes around 0.6 inch or 0.75 inch, I think. You can also customize and holster with Glock Hub Philippines with this one. Good thing this is quick detach, quick release. And this bar link has an engraved GL, meaning it's for Glock. If you want to install this on your Micro and other carbine conversion kits such as Capos G2, Hera kit, you need to replace this with the 1913 bar link. It's also included in the package. Sturdy aluminum body, as well as this one. These are all water resistant, waterproof, and submersible. Just read the specs and manuals on the box. This is a great upgrade for your carry purposes on the Austrian Glock. So that's all for today. I hope you find these upgrades essential, and there's no greater upgrade than the one that will serve your purpose. Okay, for each its own. Thank you very much, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring that notification button for more videos and other essential for Glocks. This is my YouTube channel, Glock Hub Space Terlimata. Thank you and good day. See you in the range.